Happy Monday, YouTube, and happy G1 unboxing time. This one is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be approaching this video in the same way as I used to do my masterpiece videos. I haven't done one of those for a long time, so I thought, you know, with this one, because I don't have his masterpiece character, I tried to find it, and I found it, but it was like $1,000 brand new. So I was like, yeah, no. So I looked for a G1 reissue of this character, $167. So I'm like, you know what? That's going to be the much more economical option. Even though I'd love to have the masterpiece version, at least I'll have the G1 version, which I always wanted as a kid. My cousins had this guy, and I remember playing with him relentlessly. And but yeah, I'm going to approach this video like I did my masterpiece videos. I'll show you. I'll give you a description of this character. I'll show you a clip from the cartoon, and get a little more in depth as opposed to the other G1 characters I've unboxed, who I already had them all done in their masterpiece format, with the exception of those few that I hadn't done and that I forgot I hadn't done. But anyways, I'm rambling. So this character was amazing because he's huge. He falls into the class of what they call titans in the Transformers universe, just towering behemoths of robotic glory that transform not only into like a vehicle or a ship or whatever. They turn into like cities and battle stations. They are that big. So without further ado, today's G1 unboxing is the Autobot Titan Metroplex. Is he? Metroplex. So Metroplex was essentially a triple changer. He had his large robotic version of himself. He could also turn into a city, which is what you see here, and then a battle station, a rolling battle station, which you see in this little panel here. So we will see all those modes in the toy once I unbox it. But and I was surprised to learn this. I went in search of clips from the show in order to insert into this video and kind of showcase what he was all about in the show. And I was shocked to learn that his first appearance is actually in the Transformers movie from 1986, which, as I've mentioned before, bridges the third season to the fourth season. So very late in the series. And I remember Metroplex being a huge character for me. Maybe it wasn't so much because he was in a lot of episodes, but just because how cool I thought he was. So I was always kind of talking and thinking about Metroplex just with his sheer size and everything. So so I was very surprised to see that he only came about in the movie, and so then obviously would have only been in the movie and then the fourth season, and then it was over, sort of thing. So so that was kind of weird. But Metroplex, they describe him as the Autobots' last line of defense. So he wasn't used as kind of a foot soldier grunt kind of guy. He would be called in if things went badly and were looking pretty dire, and the Autobots needed somebody to come in and help pull their asses out of the fire, sort of thing. So, and because of this, Metroplex is, his personality is basically the complete opposite of a Decepticon, whereas the Decepticons are all like, they stab each other in the back to try and gain power and move up the ranks, and they're complete pricks in terms of their personality. Metroplex is very humble, very patient, and very feels like he wants to do more, which probably stems from the fact that he is held back as kind of the last case scenario. Whereas he'd probably like to be more out on the front lines and engaging in the battles right from the get-go than to be held back. So, and because of that, he has a lot of self-doubt in a lot of ways and feels like, he's not doing enough. But because of this and because of his gentle and amenable personality and the fact that he does think he's not doing enough, all of the Autobots love him. Not only because of this gentle personality and this really magnetic personality with the way he thinks about things and feels about things, but also because the guy's a beast. I mean, he's 700 feet tall. He can lift an incredible amount of weight. He is bristling with artillery. He's got tons of guns, different types of guns, and is just basically a walking army unto himself, sort of thing. Now, I'm not going to show you any G1 pictures of Metroplex's toy, because we're going to see that soon enough. But what I will do is show you a brief clip of him in action against his arch rival Trypticon. Now, Trypticon, I do have a masterpiece scale toy of. He is the Decepticon. Metroplex was basically the answer to the Decepticons' Trypticon character. Trypticon is the Decepticon that can do the same thing as Metroplex. He can turn into a city, a base, and then a robot mode. But his robot mode is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's black and green, if you remember him. So Metroplex was basically the answer to the chaos that Trypticon caused the Autobots. So, but without further ado, we're going to show you a clip of Metroplex engaging with Trypticon in the 5 Faces of Darkness Part 5 episode from, I believe, Transformers Season 4. So let the cameras roll, shall we?
Shut up! Done. Tell Blaster to go full transform. I hear you, Metroplex. Thanks! This planet's not big enough for the both of us. Trust Metroplex!
So there you can get a feel for Metroplex, his size, his the way he speaks, the way he kind of engages in combat. You can see that he's pretty strong. He threw Trypticon about 800 miles into the ocean there. So, and that's not the only time he did that. He did that before as well. So yeah, Metroplex is a brute of an Autobot with so much strength. And so he does have some weaknesses, like obviously because of his size, when he is in like battle station mode, he can be pretty slow because of his girth. But that's kind of counteracted by just simply how much weaponry he comes equipped with and how strong he is. Now, also he comes with part of his being is 3 kind of smaller sized robots, more regular sized Autobots that kind of are used to basically whenever he's in like base mode or city mode, they kind of are like his perimeter bots that kind of survey and monitor and kind of like an early warning system if trouble's on the horizon. And these 3 robots are Slammer, who is a tank, Scamper, who's like a little sports car, and then Six Gun, who's just kind of a weird robot with lots of guns and stuff. And Slammer the tank is more dependent on Metroplex kind of controlling him, whereas Scamper and Six Gun are much more independent of Metroplex and can kind of go off and do their own thing. Usually they stick pretty close to him and they're used for that main purpose, but they can be sent out on their own little missions here and there. But usually they stick pretty close to Metroplex and help him kind of keep tabs on what's going on around him when he's not in robot mode, sort of thing. And yeah, so that's basically it. We are going to get him out of the box and have a look at him. We'll get him transformed into all 3 modes. I'll take some nice pictures. Now, we did have to do a lot of stickers for my other Autobots and Decepticons of my G1 things. So I'm going to guess Metroplex is going to have a shitload of stickers. So instead of sitting there and watching me put every sticker on, I'll probably time lapse the sticker part. And then we'll get into the transformation sort of thing. Well, we'll get him out of the box and see which mode he's in first. And then I'll maybe switch over to sticker after or before. It all depends on what's in here. So, but the only way we'll find out is if we open this sucker up. So let's do it. Metroplex is finally mine. Oh, it's been a long time since I've wanted this guy. Meh, meh, meh. There he is. He is in robot mode. So yeah, we'll just get him out here. So there's his 2 big twin blasters there. There is a bunch of accessories plus his there's Slammer there, there's Scamper there, and then I think the rest of this shit probably makes up Six Gun. I think these are the blasters that stick in the side of his like arms, if I remember correctly. Another one there, and then of course his fists. Fists of Fury, meh. And then here is the man himself. Compared to my masterpiece like scale like Triptychon and Omega Supreme, like this guy's tiny. But as a kid, during the G1 80s toy explosion, like this guy was huge. You know, he was massive back then for everything. So like, as you can see, he's not that big now compared to some of the other toys. But at the time, yeah, he was fucking huge. So yeah, so there he is. Now, I'm just gonna, after I scratch my bloody ankle, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna look and see what they're talking about with stickers. Yeah, see, lots of stickers. And of course, a much bigger instruction booklet compared to those other guys. Jesus. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, there is the item list. Kneecaps, meh. Okay, so that's how to change him. Where do they have stickers? Sticker section. Okay. So I think yeah, for sticker mode, they kind of have putting on stickers in every possible mode. So, yeah, what I'll do is I'll just time lapse this And so you'll see me putting the stickers on really quick, as well as transforming him between his 3 modes and doing all the stickers in those modes as well. And then afterwards, well, of course, we'll wrap it up and I'll show you him in all of his glory. But yeah, let's get to some stickering. Holy shnikes, I got a Metroplex. This was actually a really easy job in terms of both stickers and the transformation. He's exactly as I remember him. As soon as I started fiddling around with him, I was like, oh my God, I remember this from so many years ago. But the stickers, they weren't Wheeljack quality stickers, those clear ones that went on really well, but these actually stuck on fairly well, and they seem to be holding. I didn't have any problems with the wheels like I did with Hound. Like, they all seem to be pretty tight and moving well. Everything else was pretty tight. And one of the guns had a bit of a problem with the rocket in the end, wouldn't stay in and kept wanting to come out, but I don't really care about that. I care more about the tightness of the actual robot, not his accessories and stuff. So this was actually a really good knockoff of Metroplex, and like I said, is exactly how I remember him. Now, you saw in the pictures his 3 accomplices, 6 Gun, Scamper, and Slammer, how they factor into everything. So basically, depending on the mode, Scamper, the sports car, the black sports car, you can do whatever you want with him in any mode. His parts are always available to him, but you can tell, like with 6 Gun, his legs are actually these blasters and the rest of him goes onto it. And in the city mode, 6 Gun's torso makes up the little tower up here. And also in city mode, Slammer the tank, he unfolds and becomes another tower on the other side of him. So depending on the mode you're in, you can't always have Metroplex's little buddies available, so to speak, because they factor into his transformation in various ways. So that's kind of a downside to him, but at the same time, it's not about the little guys. It's all about the big guy. This was an excellent unboxing, an excellent transformation, and I'm glad I got to practice my masterpiece style video before we get into the end of my masterpiece toys for now, and get them posted. So yeah, but this was awesome. This was an exciting way to start the week. I have another guy coming later this week, as well as 4 more after that over the next 2 weeks that are going to be really exciting. Pretty much just as exciting as Metroplex, but in a different way. They're big guys, but also not big guys, if that gives you another hint as to what's coming next. So can't wait until Thursday or Wednesday, whenever I'm going to do that next video. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way, I'm so happy to add Metroplex to my collection. He's going right on top of that bookcase up there, and I can't wait until later this week when I get to introduce you to the next really cool G1 reveal that's going to be coming. So until then, stay warm. Peace. Meow.